Hey guys, so as you guys saw, I was not here. I didn't post a Big Brother video for last week, and that is because I've been very ill, and also that's not just my only excuse, I was also busy last weekend. In case you guys didn't know, I'm moving the official BB recap videos to Friday/Saturday, depending when I get to them. I just think it's better to do these videos after the live evictions instead of in the middle of the week, like on Mondays. And as you can tell, I'm still like quite sick. I'm still getting over it. It's day 5 now, but I have some energy to kind of do something. So we're gonna do a little BB video. I have a lot to catch up on and 2 weeks basically to talk about. I'm not going to talk about everything, but I have been keeping notes in my phone throughout this whole sickness because I obviously have been watching Big Brother still. So as we know, Devin and Brittany have both left the house. Firstly with Devin, I was not sad to see him go at all. He's crazy and I wasn't a fan of his at all. So I was happy to see him go. And then as far as Brittany, I was kind of neutral about it. I didn't care that she left. There was something that Brittany said in her exit interview, though, with Julie that was really true, and I agreed with it. She said, you know, why is it that... I forget what Julie said. But Brittany ultimately said that they're recycling the same people. They're putting up the same people every single week. And one of them always goes home, and she said it's because people are scared to make moves, and so they're just going to defaults. Like Donnie and Brittany was one, Victoria's one, Paola was one. So they just have default nominees, and so now that they keep leaving, it's going to be interesting to see who they're going to end up putting up next. I know Caleb's probably going to go up. And yeah, so anyway, so I agree with her. I'm still a little disoriented from the sickness. So I was really happy last week to see Derek and Nicole win HOH because they're 2 super fans, they're 2 of my favorite people in the house, and I think they're really deserving of going far in the game. And Derek is actually one of my top 3 picks for making it to the end and winning, so I definitely think he'll go far, although now he's starting to become a target because people are seeing that he's running the game. And once, like, his goal is to get out Caleb, at least as of right now, is to get out Caleb, and once he's gone, like, he's gonna be the next threat, or Frankie, you know, which, God, I hope Frankie leaves soon. I can't stand Frankie. I don't know what it is about him. He just drives me up a wall. I just am not a fan of Frankie. He's so over the top, personality-wise, and ugh. And can we just talk about Victoria winning the POV this week? First of all, that comp. I love that comp because of the prizes and like the punishments are so funny every year. It is recycled a lot, but Victoria won it, and it's just like Jessie from last year because they think they're so proud of themselves. They're like, yes, I won a competition, but they actually came in 2nd place and they didn't actually win it. The only reason why you won the competition is because the person who got 1st place decided not to take the POV from you. They always seem like so happy and like proud of themselves. I'm like, you didn't do anything. You made it through to the final round, sure, but you didn't win it. Like, they didn't take it from you. Now, I have not really talked about Caleb and Amber because I don't really know why, but a lot of you have been asking me about them. Caleb is a psychopath. I'm really scared for Amber because he's pushing it a little bit. He's getting a little too into it. I was watching Evil Dick's show, Dick at Night, and he was saying that he wanted to, because, you know, he won the $5,000 and Zach won the trip to Germany. Right now he's trying to trade with him so he can take Amber to the hospital she was born in Germany and propose. What? He cannot take a hint. Like, it is so annoying seeing him not take a hint, and like, I feel so bad for her because she has to live in this house and try and play this game with a stalker who wears her dresses as scarves and The whole kissing when she was asleep though thing wasn't actually that. It was, they were talking. She was still awake and he kissed her on the cheek and then left, and she wasn't sleeping. So some people think it's creepy that that's floating around. There's a picture of it from the feeds that he kissed her when she was asleep. That was not the case. And what really annoyed me about Caleb is he wanted to be put up last week on the block so he could throw the Battle of the Block competition so Amber would win and be safe. And that's exactly what happened. And then this week he's like, dude, I put myself out there for her and I don't even get a thank you, when there was a clear conversation and she's like, please do not volunteer to go on the block. Do not throw the competition. Don't do it. Like, I don't want you to. I don't need your help. Like, I'll win it on my own. Thanks. And he's still like, oh, she's so ungrateful. It's like, she didn't want that anyway. So what do you want her to say? Thanks. I didn't ask for that, but thanks. And I have mixed feelings about this whole Team America missions because, although they're not game-changing, like, they make it out, they spin it like it's game-changing, but really it's not. Like last week, how they had to try and nominate someone who was a physical threat. Frankie was HOH, so he could name anybody and be like, well, I think that's a physical threat, so... I mean, it's too easy. This week, though, is a little bit difficult with the physical, not the physical fight. They have to pin two people against each other and get them to fight, which shouldn't be that hard with Zach in the house, because I feel like Zach is, you know... He'll go there. But that one I think is the hardest one yet. But generally the Team America challenges are pretty doable and they're not really affecting their game at all. Like, they really don't. And I'm glad because Donnie's on Team America and I love Donnie. I don't know who doesn't love Donnie. Like, who wants Donnie to go home? One thing I don't really like about what's happening with the competition, and I haven't heard anyone else really mention it, is the fact that the HOHs tend to work together, which I know some people will be like, well, that's the smart thing to do. You want to work together. But as far as for, like, entertainment purposes, it's not that entertaining when they're like, okay, I'm going to put up weak players so you can be HOH, you put up... Or wait, no, I'm gonna put up strong players who will win the competition, and then you put up players that will throw it, and then you'll be HOH for the week. And it's like, to me, that's kind of boring. Like, I want to see a true battle between the nominees and the HOHs, where the HOHs are rivals, and they're, like, against each other. Like, that, to me, would be fun. Like, this week we have Zanky as HOH, basically Zach and Frankie, and the only true showmance in the house, let's face it. And Zach... well, Frankie said, Zach, I want you to be the HOH only, and to me, that's like, he's trying not to get blood on his hands, which I'm so tired of that phrase. He's trying not to make moves at this point, and it really sucks the way that they did it with his grandfather, because Evil Dick, it's gonna sound really heartless, I know, but Evil Dick made a great point, is if they shouldn't have told him about his grandfather, which I know is like a lot, but you're supposed to be living in a bubble and you're not getting any outside news. There was no reason to tell him that his grandfather passed away. No reason at all. Because he would find out when he came out. And I know some people have gotten hate because they have the same opinion. But if anything, it only gives them sympathy, which I think CBS kind of did on purpose, which is kind of heartless to say that they did it for, you know, production reasons and for him to make it farther in the game based on sympathy. But I think that's what happened. But I do feel terrible for his grandfather passing and everything, and, you know, it is sad to see, especially when he can't be with his own family. Like, I know that's very heart-wrenching, but I do think that they shouldn't have told him, and otherwise it wouldn't have affected his game, because now it can either make him a target or make him go farther in the game because people don't want to nominate him because they feel bad for him. One thing that Evil Dick mentioned in a couple Dick at Night episodes ago, which was so scary, you know how lately it's been highlights, but for a while it's been Jeff on the live feeds when instead of Fish, because it always used to be Fish, and basically it'll, if you don't watch the live feeds, it'll cut to Fish or Jeff or highlights or something like that when they're in a competition, when they sing, because you're not allowed to sing, and when production corrects them, they'll cut to something real fast and then they'll cut back. And so lately it's been Jeff. Oh, well, at least in the beginning it was Jeff, and now it's highlights. And then we had Jeff go and interview Donnie's family, which was weird. And then why didn't they have him interview Nicole's family? Like, they didn't have him go out to Nicole. I don't know. But Dick had this theory that they're priming Jeff for Julie's job. Let's just let that sink in a little bit. Can you imagine if Julie left Big Brother? I probably wouldn't even watch it anymore. It wouldn't be the same show. But she has, you know, The Talk, and that's very successful. It even got more views and ratings than The View, so it's a very successful talk show. So, as Evil Dick said, why wouldn't she leave Big Brother for that? But I'm really, really hoping she doesn't, and that they're just putting a shit ton of Jeff in there just because. I used to love Jeff a lot before. Now he's kind of getting on my nerves because it's just too much. But that would be really scary to see Jeff as the host of Big Brother. Unfortunately, I'm really not rooting for Christine anymore because she is not doing shit in the house. She's become such a floater. I'm really rooting for Derek. I think he's playing the best game right now. And everyone else is basically floating. Like, there's no game talk between them. They're not winning competitions. Like, it's just, ugh. And my least favorite person in the house, hands down, has to be Victoria. And then Frankie. I just wish those two would go home already. I do have a feeling, though, Frankie's gonna make it really far. Maybe even drag Victoria along, because she's just one of those people that no one finds a threat, and so no one's gonna try and get rid of. And they're just gonna drag her along, which is exactly how Andy Herron won from last year. I really hope a good player wins this game this year because, oh, it would just be so horrible to see someone like Victoria win. Like, oh. Then again, there's really, besides, I think Zach and Derek are the top two game players right now, which Zach is obsessed with Dr. Will. You can tell because he tries to be a Dr. Will and he's not. But I will admit he's entertaining. Like, I like Zach more now than I did before. That's basically all I have to talk about right now as far as this week stands. So let me know how you feel about everything that's going on in the house and who you want to be voted out next, who you want to make to the final three. Let me know in the comments. We'll just have a little chit chat about it like usual. Sorry again, this one's late. Hopefully from here on out we'll get some steady ones going because obviously I feel better. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.